Yikes.
There we go. There's a fish. Oh, this is a good fish. He's a fighter. Let's take the line. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's not ready yet. Oh, we've got a little shark here. No. Kind of looks like that. There we go.
Today we're going to be going to Queensway Bay in Long Beach by the Queen Mary. I had a request from one of my viewers to do a video about this area. And the first thing that I want to talk about is the question comes up, is it legal to even be around the Queen Mary? And the answer is yes. The rule is that you have to stay 100 yards away from commercial vehicles. That means you have to stay 100 yards away from the Queen Mary, and you have to stay 100 yards away from the Princess Cruise here. So let's just see how much 100 yards is. So let this be yards. There we go. There's about 100 yards right there. So you can see that 100 yards is actually further away than the retaining wall here. And you know, the big deal is basically nobody's going to say anything if you come in and fish along the wall here. One thing you want to watch out for is this distance over here. There we go, there's 100 yards. As you can see, you got to stay well back from the end of the wall here to be legally away from the Princess Cruise here. So you can't go right to the end of the Queen Mary. You need to stay back, and everything will be fine. Here we are in the NOAA chart, and this is the real reason why I don't get too worried about the Queen Mary and how close you have to be, because I found that the real action here is out in the flats. You know, you would think this would be a big open channel here. When you look at it from above, you know, it's the Los Angeles River coming down here, and you see this big bay, and you think it would be all deep water, or I did for some reason, but as you can see, it's really shallow. It's not 2, 3, and 4 feet deep. In my experience, it's more like 6, 7, 8 feet deep. But the real deep channel is out here. You can see the 14 foot, 15 foot, and there's channel markers that you'll see in the video that show you where the deep water is, and the rest of it is these eelgrass flats, and that's where the real action is, because like you say, this is an estuary. This is the Los Angeles River. This is where freshwater meets saltwater, and that's always a high action area for fish. There's this deeper area here and meets the flats, and that drop off is always a good place to try. But like I say, the real reason to visit Queensway is to get out here in these eelgrass flats. Okay, to get to this area, we're going to launch from the SouthShore Launch ramp, which is a commercial launch ramp, public launch ramp maintained by the City of Long Beach. It's $12 for 24 hours. So no matter how long or short you stay, it's at $12 to get in. And they have water and bathrooms and the whole 9 yards there. It's a good place to go. When you come over the bridge here, the off-ramp is right there at the very bottom of the bridge. It seems like you're hardly even over the bridge yet when you want to take this very first right opportunity that you have here. And then you follow that down and around, and you got to come along the drive here a bit, and then you'll see that there's a turn to the right, and that's the one you want to take, and it brings you back around to the launch ramp there. Okay, so South Shore Launch Ramp right here, and I usually chug across and fish along over here, Shoreline Park. You're not supposed to go into Shoreline Village. Nobody's probably going to say much. I come along over here, but you know, the real action, like I say, is out in the flats, and that's where we're going to go today. The last thing I want to say about Queensway before getting on the water is this is a place where you really want to watch out for the tides. You don't want to be fighting the tide trying to get back to South Shore at the end of the day. The tide coming through here gets to be really serious. So you want to make sure that you can take an outgoing tide in the morning and an incoming tide when you're ready to get back. You do not want to fight the tides here at Queensway. So you've been warned.
Okay, July 30th, South Shore Launch Ramp. People waiting to go. So here we are, understanding Queensway. You see this big channel here, and you think that it should be like a, you know, raging river, deep and all of that, but it's really not. The majority of it is actually about 8 to 10 feet deep, but the main channel is marked with these markers. So the red is on the north side, and the green over there is the south side. Red, right returning. So if you're coming back to port, the red should be on your right. And if you're leaving, the green is on your right. So there you go. Those are the channel markers, and that marks where the 25, 30-foot deep channel is. The rest of it is real shallow. It's a interesting spot to fish, that drop off there.
There we go. There's a fish. There we go. There we go. Now we'll go.
Oh, what do you know? This is a fish. Looks like a mackerel. There we go. There's a fish. There we go. There's a fish. There we go. There's a fish. Oh, yeah, that's a mackerel for sure. No? There we go. There's a fish. There we go. There's a fish. There we go. There's a fish. Oh, he's able to take some line. Wow. Mackerel. Oh, we got a... There we go. There's a fish. There we go. There's a fish. No, he's gone. Yeah. I think he's gone. He's not gone. Little guy. Oh no, it's broken. There we go. There's a fish.
go. There's a fish. There we go. There's a fish. He's a fighter. Yellowfin croaker. Those guys are good fighters. Oh, there we go. Right there. Go. There's a fish. Oh, this is a good fish. He's a fighter. Let's take a bite. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's not ready yet. Oh. No, no. Kind of look like that. There we go. There's a fish. These flats are full of fish. The halibut. These flats out here are full of fish. All small though. There we go. There's a fish. There we go. There's a fish. There we go. There's a fish. Oh, this is a serious fish. Oh my. Oh, look at this. Oh. Oh. That was a big fish. There we go. There's a fish. Big brother show up. There we go. There's a fish.